Hi, everybody. Pastor Scott here. I took a few minutes out today to come and sit in our sanctuary for just a minute and to take a little time to pause and breathe. It's wonderful, actually, to be in our sanctuary. I'm sorry that we're not all here together. The Christmas trees smell lovely and wonderful. Maybe you have one in your house. It does feel good to breathe in some fresh air and smell the gift of those pine trees and Christmas trees and their decorations and lights. I'm always especially grateful when we get to hang up this piece of art that our kids made. I remember so clearly that we sort of pretended to be all sneaky about it, and our kids were coloring it on its smaller scale in 5 different pieces, and then we had them scanned in and turned into this giant 30-foot piece of art that we hung on the front of our sanctuary on Christmas Eve. And I remember the eyes of the kids when they came in, those who had worked on it, and their eyes just got huge and they were all excited. And I remember them walking in, pointing at it and talking about which part that they had colored in. It's still one of my favorite memories of being here at Shepherd, is watching all those kids come in and be all excited. And it's just one of the most spectacular pieces of art that I think we have in our collection that we hang up in front of our church. And it's also been nice to come in and see that and see the trees and pause for a little bit in the quietness of the sanctuary. Advent is typically a time when we are asked to wait. We're not very good at waiting. Christmas comes on the radio and in the stores far too soon, and in some ways, it feels like that's a helpful and hopeful thing this year, to be listening to Christmas carols already and getting ready for Christmas. But there are so many things that we are still being asked to wait for. Wait for a return to normal life. Wait some more before we can gather together with our families. Wait some more for a vaccine that surely is coming. It's felt like we've been asked to wait and wait and wait. And if you're anything like me, it is getting tiring. It's hard to just continue to wait. I'm hopeful for things that are on the horizon, and I am hopeful that sometime soon we will be able to gather again. There is hope on the horizon. In the meantime, I've found that in the waiting and in the pausing, it's helpful to wait and to pause and just to take a deep breath. Just like smelling the Christmas trees, I've noticed every time I take my mask off of all the smells that are all around me. And there is something about that I find enormously grounding, smelling and being completely present. So I wonder if in our Advent waiting, even today, you could take a moment and pause and breathe and smell the smells that are around you. Maybe your Christmas tree, maybe you've been cleaning, maybe your office. I wonder, what are the things that you see around you that remind you of hope and love? Maybe it's your kids, your family, maybe your pets, maybe having a job. And I wonder if you could even pause and listen for a second. What are the things that you hear? The traffic going by, the random airplane, maybe the silence, maybe even your own breathing. It's hard to wait. And I imagine, like Mary, who was waiting for the birth of the child, having to ride all the way to Bethlehem, it was a difficult wait. And yet, Jesus is born in vulnerability, in humility, in sort of the middle of nowhere to people who are really nobody. Hope is born, and love comes into the world. Take a moment for today and just pause, reflect, smell, hear, see those things that ground you in the world. And even in the midst of waiting, give thanks for the hope that is coming, the birth of a Savior, born to Mary, laid in a manger. In all of these things, I am confident of one thing. God is grateful for you, and so am I. Peace.